mean, this brain is ungodly. If you just look at the sky, it's just chem everywhere. Everywhere, 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 everywhere. It's unbelievable. And you know, I want to get this. You know, we need to go after these people, Bobby. And I don't know any other way to do it other than to expose them.
Okay.
So, your name is Bobby, right?
Bobby.
Bobby. Okay. So we've met. What about? Can I have a swig of that? You don't realize your throat is a little.
I'm the same way.
Thank you. I had surgery. They took my salivary glands out.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
I lose all my saliva. But so we met. What about 5-6 months ago?
Yep.
Here at the library.
Yeah.
And you know, I started going here because I wanted to get away from my apartment because I was being hit by directed energy weapons, and that's something you might want to Google and see what's happening to people who are speaking out. They're called TIs, targeted individuals, and they're using directed energy weapons on them, electromagnetic energy. Every morning, this morning, I was like, if I'm lucky, they'll let me sleep till 7. And before they start beaming me with this sound, sonic frequencies, and it just blasts you right out of bed. So the whole idea is to keep you sleep deprived and keep you from doing what I'm doing, which is exposing these son of a bitches. I have no other words to explain. But so anyway, so we met about 6 months ago, and I told you about some of this stuff, and I asked you if you would help me expose it.
Yeah.
And you agreed to.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guy's incredible. This guy's got some real cojones. I don't know. And then I found out you're a Christian, and so am I. And I think that's one of the things that they're targeting, people who are people of faith. And because I think it's not unless you have a little bit of faith in something besides yourself that you're willing to expose some of this evil that is going on in this country. But anyway, so I started telling you about this mind control, and I gave you some information. So anyway, go ahead. Just if you don't mind me speaking, just tell me what has happened.
So far, we say helicopters.
So you say you've got helicopters following you?
Yeah, planes overhead at night. I see cops going left, eastbound, westbound. Where I'm going, I see cops following me. I see cops across the street. Cops in the public library, or not library, but cops in the Wendy's. I've had my radio go off, I had my TV go off, I had power go out in my house, and my landlord was not even home. Figured that one out, and then went back on. There was one night I just woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't get back to sleep.
So you said this started after you met me, or?
After I met you. After I met you, everything's been going.
All this stuff started?
Yeah, I went to sleep one night at 11 o'clock. I slept for like an hour. Woke up at 12, couldn't get back to sleep. Could not go back. Every time I tried to force myself to sleep, I was out. I don't know what it was, but...
Well, they're using frequencies on people, and that's why you really need to get into Facebook and find out what's going on. But so just explain so before you met me, you weren't having any of these experiences?
None at all. None at all.
None at all.
Perfectly. Nothing was going near me. Nobody followed me. I was having a normal life.
So in your opinion, what do you think's happening?
I think that this New World Order's mind frequency is getting to us. It's in our head. You can see up in the skies all the stuff that they're putting up there. The sky's never the same. It's never been clear.
You're talking about chemtrails.
Chemtrails, yeah.
But how do you think that they're getting the cops to be there every time you walk out the door? Or?
Maybe it's mind control by the cops. Maybe it's mind controlling the cops. The cops are supposed to be sitting. Don't know what they're doing. They're supposed to be sitting in that corner.
So you're having these kinds of experiences with not only the cops, but a lot of different
ambulances, helicopters, planes.
And what happens when you experience it? Because
I look at it, I said, this has never happened to me before. And I go, this is the New World Order. This is what they're doing. They're mind controlling us. Everybody. They're putting cops in corners, they're driving by. It just never happened.
So you think it's an intimidation tactic?
Actually, I think it is, yeah. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be there because it's never happened. Like, I'll walk home like 8 o'clock at night. I'll make a left. There's a cop right there. I go, all right, this has never happened. I only been living in this place for like 3 months. It's never been there.
So all the stuff I've told you about mind control, you believe?
I do believe it 100%.
Because you've experienced it.
I've experienced it and I've seen it and I witnessed it. It's like I'll go to Wendy's. Nobody comes in, no cops. I'll walk in there, 2 cops will come in. 2 cops will be sitting out in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, this has never happened before.
Do you think they're looking at you specifically?
No, I don't. I think it's just there, mind control. I don't know. I don't really
You think
know.
if something's just influenced them to just go sit there,
Go sit there.
be there at that specific time and place that you're there?
Correct.
Well, I agree wholeheartedly, Robert. You know that. And I was so happy to find you somebody else who could witness some of this stuff. And I asked you, well, would you be willing to come with me and experience some of this stuff yourself? And you agreed to it. And so not only did you agree to that, is it now that they're starting to target you. and that just shows how arrogant these son of a bitches are. And I have no other words for them. They're criminals. They're hijacking innocent people. This mind control is so effing out of control. I haven't, I'm not a man who likes to curse. But let me tell you something. When it comes to these criminals, I have no words for them. What they're doing to innocent people is beyond. It's beyond a crime. It's ungodly.
Yeah, it is.
It's satanic. In my opinion, I think these people are satanic. If you go back and you look at who these people are, the Illuminati, the New World Order, whatever you want to call them, I just put the name where it belongs, the CIA and the NSA, because they're the ones that have this power to mind control people, and that's what the chemtrails are. They have turned our sky into an artificial plasma where they can conduct these types of mind control operations, directed energy weapons operations, anything that needs to work on this electromagnetic energy. They can conduct these weapons through. They've electrified our sky. It's no longer neutral. It's an environment that they can now use to conduct these types of weapons. And here on Long Island, which is where we're filming this now, is unbelievable. I mean, you can't. The amount of chemtrails. I'm from Colorado, and we got them. I'd watch them spray up there. I lived way up in the mountains, and we'd still get them, but nothing like what we're getting them here in Long Island. And we have a HAARP facility here on Long Island, which you don't hear that much about. But the chemtrail spraying is so bad, some days it could choke a cow. Yeah. I have no other way to explain it. You walk out and you may see a little bit of blue sky for an hour or so, and then when they start the spraying, it's gone. We don't have blue skies hardly anymore here. Oh. You were born and raised here on Long Island, right? Well, so tell me about the weather. How have you seen things change?
When I was younger, we used to have nice blue, clear, crisp skies every day.
Here on Long Island?
Yeah, here on Long Island. Now I'm 46 years old. Coming to be 46 years old. The skies are like you said. An hour is beautiful, and after that, chemtrails right across. I noticed it over my neighbor's house, my landlord's house, everywhere I go.
And you didn't realize that it was chemtrails until I pointed them out to you, right?
Correct.
And so I think you're like everybody else. This horrible thing is happening right above people's heads, and people don't realize what exactly is going on. They're being poisoned. They're slowly but surely being poisoned with a variety of toxins. We all know what's in these things. They try to call it geoengineering, and that's just a fancy cover for mind control. I think that's one of the main reasons they're doing the spraying is not they're geoengineering us, and this stuff gets implanted in us. It's a nano fibers that we inhale. We breathe it in, and it forms a network within our body, and we become an antenna to HAARP, and that's how they can mind control us and march us around like little robots. And that's exactly, is that what you're seeing?
That's what I'm seeing every day.
And ambulances, cops,
yeah.
Firefighters.
I've seen my neighbors be nice to me one minute, next minute they don't say a word to me. And it's like funny. Hey Bobby, how are you? Hey, how are you? They don't say a word. So it's mind control.
So you have no doubt that
No doubt at all. It's
that mind control is going on. Well, I came to the same conclusion, and I started posting videos on YouTube. I was just documenting. I didn't know what I was documenting. I was just documenting this insanity. And everywhere I go, I started having these same experiences. And they sensitize you to certain things, and it's a vehicle to harass you. And if you don't know what's going on, it can be the most terrifying thing that you could ever imagine, because you don't know how, you almost want to think, you start thinking the whole world's turned against you. How can they get the cops to be in on this? How can they get the fire people to be on the ambulance? What the hell? You know, and it's one big psyops is what it is, psychological operation that they are waging on dissidents, people who are speaking out, people who are writers like myself. I write about things that I know, whistleblowers, people who get too close to power and know too much. It's a way of silencing them. And this is exactly what has happened to me. I'm an innocent victim. I'm an innocent targeted individual. I've never committed a crime in my life. I've never been arrested in my life. Yet, for the past 10 years, I have been subjected to this insane harassment and torture. And there's no other word for it but torture, and that's what they're doing to people. And that's with this technology. This is the New World Order. This is their. If you read up on Agenda 21, it's all about total control, and they have to control. It's mind control. It's every other type of control, weather control. You just go down the list. You need to really understand Agenda 21 and what it is. It's a satanic document of control. So if we don't stand up and fight for America, now we got all these shootings happening, guns, they're after our guns. I mean, Hurricane Sandy, which was insane in my opinion. I mean, we got blasted here on Long Island. Had you ever experienced anything like that?
Then we had a nor'easter right after that, a snowstorm. Come on.
How about the chemtrail spraying before that? What did you experience before Sandy?
It was like a normal every day for me. Going to work, there was nothing out of normal, out of weird things. I just went to work, it was fun.
No, but you were telling me about the spraying, the chemtrail.
Oh, the spraying, I kept looking up and I kept saying, oh my God, look at all this, look at the sky, it's not blue anymore. It's weird. I said it to my boss, yes, oh no, cloudy days. That's not cloudy days, honey.
No, but you were telling me about the helicopters. This is before Sandy. This is all.
Oh yeah, I'd walk home every night. There'd be like planes flying over my head, going where I'm going eastbound on Pulaski Road. There'd be helicopters or planes flying above. It was like the weirdest thing. And
that was just before Sandy.
Just before Sandy hit.
Yeah, when I was in Brooklyn, like 2 days before Sandy, and I was looking, I was doing some work there, and I was looking, I was outside, and so I was able to see what was going on in the sky, and it looked like a war zone. It looked like an assault was being waged on us from the sky. And you want to tell people, alert people what's going on, but you don't want people to think you're crazy. But you want to say, hey, you're being fucking attacked by this shit. But it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was just looking at it. I couldn't believe the unbelievable chemtrailing that was going on just before Sandy. And I knew something was up. I didn't know it was Sandy, but I knew something was up. And I just couldn't. I got it all on film too, and I'm going to post it on YouTube. But it just was unbelievable. I've never seen so much unbelievable spraying in my life. It really was an assault, a military assault on the people of New York. And I just wanted to get verification that you saw some of that same chemtrailing going on prior to Sandy. And I've seen it out here on Long Island. We get some horrible chemtrails out here, and it's nothing like compared to what happens on the West Coast or in Colorado. I mean, they're getting their share, but out here out east, they are targeting major population areas, and what they're doing, from what I understand, is that they spray ahead of a storm, and the stuff rains out in the storm, and it then plants into the environment, to the plants, to the animals, and the people. It soaks right through their pores. They get implanted there by this chem shit, or as some people like to call it, chem crap, So anyways, but this is the world we live in, And there are some people like Bobby that are standing up and that are speaking some truth, and they're going to help me expose some of this stuff. They're using this mind control, and I don't know if I'm in a official mind control program. I go on Facebook, everywhere I look, I see butterflies, and that's supposed to be a symbol for the Monarch mind control program. I found out my name is actually Kennedy. It's Canada, but it's a derivative of Kennedy. So I don't know if this is what happens to people who are Kennedys and get involved in power. I don't know, but I know that the Kennedys have had their share of grief. But I think that this is a mass program that's happening all over the country. If you go on the internet, you'll see people that are targeted individuals, and the same thing is happening to them. They're being hit with electronic harassment, directed energy weapons. Their home has now become a torture chamber for them, and I don't know. Somehow they can bring the electricity into your home, and it goes through your computers, your electrical appliances. It goes into your electrical system in your home, and it becomes a weapon that they can use against you. Especially people like me who write a lot. I seem to get attacked when I'm on my computer, and so that's one of the reasons I come to the library. I seem to get a little bit of relief here, but you can feel this electronic attacks that they are able to conduct with this electrified air or environment that we now have to live and breathe, and it could be a slow death. We don't know what's in these chemtrails. There's barium, aluminum, strontium. Just all kinds of toxic things. Mercury, I've even heard of mercury is in there, and it's a slow poisoning. And until we actually find out what is happening with these chemtrails. They've been going on for 10 years, and so our government is deeply involved. Our leaders are deeply involved. Our political leaders are deeply involved in this. They have to be. All you have to do is just look at the sky, and the amount of people that are complaining outrageously about these things, and they're not doing anything. They're not stepping up to stop this. So this is probably the Holocaust, another Holocaust against humankind. And it's the fact we know that they're using them for mind control. That in itself is a Holocaust, but we don't know all the other things that they're using these chemtrails for. And there's just barium is a direct link to increased heart attacks, strokes. These types of things. Some of these other chemicals also have links to these other types of illnesses. So it's really unbelievable. It's like living in a nightmare. But we're here, and we're going to continue documenting this, and I thank Bobby for it. But so I just wanted to get that on the record and go from there. And hopefully we can take this to the authorities. And I think these types of crimes need to be exposed, and the best way to do it is on the internet while we still have one, and go from there. But any last words?
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Just expose these bastards and get it done with.
Yeah. But all right. Well, thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome, Kevin. Anytime. And across, it was over my landlord's house, and I'm going, what the hell is going on? And it just kept flying for like an hour and a half. I'm like, all right, this is great.
What's that?
Helicopter.
And this was yesterday?
It was yesterday. I was bringing out his dog to go to the bathroom. I'm out on his deck. I'm looking up, and it's for like an hour. It was just around that one area on Pulaski Road. Just flying over his house, over to school and back. Like an hour and a half.
What kind of a helicopter do you think?
I think it was a Suffolk County helicopter because it had lights down, looking at the ground and looking at people's houses. It wasn't a regular military helicopter. It was like a cop.
And this was yesterday.
Last night, yeah. 8:30 at night.
Just the day before you were going to come and tape this.
Yeah.
Isn't that a surprise?
Isn't that a surprise? Yeah. Tell me about it.
It's all about intimidation, and they can mind control. Not only the cops, they can mind control what's in the air too. If they can mind control the people that are on the ground, they can mind control what's going on in the sky as well. So it's the whole idea. They want to make you think that they have all these people out after you, and they're just being used as pawns and little toys for these people. That's my opinion.
Correct. They can mind control animals. They can mind control anybody.
They've mind controlled my dog. I know that sounds unbelievable, but I have seen it. I have seen it. From the research that I've done, they can anything that's breathing, any animal, they've already figured out how to mind control. And I don't know where this technology comes from. I don't know if it's some people call it aliens. I don't believe in alien. But I do believe in demons. I believe in demonic shit. I believe some of these if you look at some of our leaders, they're always flipping these satanic hand signs. Are they in bed with interdimensional demonic creatures from hell? We don't know. We don't know where this technology comes from. We know that they're 50 to 100 years ahead of anything that we could possibly imagine. And they have tapped into the human brain. They've been doing this they've been working on this technology for the longest time, how to control the human mind. And they can not only mind control people, they can read their thoughts with synthetic, it's called synthetic telepathy. They can actually know what you're thinking. They map the human brain. They know every thought has its own signature or whatever, and they know what's going on in the human brain. So it's called remote neural monitoring. They can actually see through people's eyes and different things from what I've been told how this works. So we don't know where this technology comes from and how they're doing it, but they're doing it, and in my opinion, it is nothing but satanic. And it needs to be it needs to be stopped, and these people need to be. If you're going to bring back, the death firing squads, in my opinion, they're long overdue, and these are high crimes and treasons against the American people, and it needs to be stopped immediately, and people need to be held accountable. And if they think they're going to get the American people's guns, they got another thing coming, because like this guy was saying on the internet, he says you don't give up your guns to a rogue government. And that's what we have, is a rogue government.
They were complaining about yesterday on ESPN, not ESPN, but on the news today. They're saying they want cops at every school. Good cops, good people keep guns, bad people should not have guns. I heard that today.
Well, Bloomberg, he's part of the New World Order, Como, and so they were involved in the Sandy thing, and even Bloomberg almost admitted himself that they could create these storms, and they have this technology. He says, well, we got to get used to having this types of weather events. Yeah, as long as we have psychopaths like we have now in power doing this stuff to control events and control political situations, then yes, we're going to have to get used to this insanity. But what we need to do is to bring back some real justice in this country, and our sheriffs and our military and our real police need to step up for the American people and say this cannot stand. This mind control is insane, and it needs to be stopped now. I think why we're getting so much heavy spraying today, it's Saturday, the 15th of December. This is like one of the biggest shopping weekends there is before Christmas, other than next weekend. Next weekend it will be the biggest, but the last 10 days, the 10 days before Christmas is what makes or breaks most retailers. And that's when you do just unbelievable amounts of business, at least for us when I was in retail. But so that's what's happening. Today is Saturday, the 15th, and they know that everybody's going to be out shopping for Christmas goodies, and it's the best time to implant people. And it could have had something to do with that shooting yesterday as well. See, these are all satanic holidays for these people. See, our ideas of religious holidays are their ideas of satanic holidays. I don't know everything about Satanism, but they like. Yeah, they're spraying right where I'm heading. Isn't that nice? Suffolk County. I'm in Nassau County. I'm going home. Suffolk. The chem shit falling on my head. Isn't that nice? A nice way to live. The land of chem shit.